What's going on, guys? In this training video, I'll be showing you guys how to properly set up your scheduler. So in this one, I'll be using Scheduleonce. I will be doing a video with Calendly that will be underneath that in case you guys do want to use Calendly. Again, I do believe that it is both will need to be paid services to have the redirect. If you do not want to have a redirect, you will have to add a button, and I will basically touch on that briefly too at the end of this video. But as you see, I'm inside of the funnel that we would be using. I'm on my scheduling page, so what I need to do is I need to go into edit page. Now this is simply going to, now my scheduler will be in there with the application. My application and schedule will be in the funnel that I've given to you guys. So you make sure you need to take mine out and install yours. So simply we'll just go into custom JavaScript, open code editor, and you see here I've got one right here. I would basically, you guys would just delete this one and install your code. But I'm going to go actually into Scheduleonce now and build out one of these schedulers for you guys. Show you guys how it is to build one of these up and set it up, and then also get the code and paste it in here. So I'm inside of my Scheduleonce account. I'm going to go ahead and hit access account. Now I want to go to setup. Go ahead, just jump straight up onto setup. Now with the setup, if you guys have any events over here, any event types, you want to delete every single event type. Also, if you guys are on the free trial, I do believe you have to upgrade to be able to do what we need to do. So I've made, a student calls one. This is people for inside the academy. Now everything that's inside the academy is now used on Calendly, so I don't actually use this. So I can really go in here and set this one up with you guys. So you might have a booking form here in setup. You might have a couple booking pages and event types. You want to make sure you delete the event types, and make sure if you do have any booking pages, you delete those. And we're going to create a brand new one right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this guy right here because I don't need this booking page. I'm going to create a brand new one with you. So the public name of this would be your breakthrough strategy session, or your breakthrough call, or free call. You can do that. Now the internal label is only visible internally, so you can, this is basically your label. So what you want this to be, it can be the same if you want, or you can do MDM affiliate sales, and then you can put leads in there if you want. Label it how you'd like. Excuse me. Now we need to go into the public link. So this is if you're going to actually share this with somebody. This isn't too important, but what we could do is basically put MDM, the little hyphen, and then do breakthrough calls. Something similar to that. I believe that will be all accepted. If it's not, it will tell you. So this doesn't have to be this. It can be whatever you guys would like, but this will be the public link if you guys do share this link for somebody to be able to schedule a call. You can add an image if you want in here. I wouldn't add an image of yourself. You don't really need an image. If you do want an image in here, possibly can do your image or the image of MDM, our logo, but I probably wouldn't recommend putting anything in here. I don't. Now what we want to do is just save and edit. So as you see, I've got something made just like that. I make sure that I have accepting bookings on already. I don't have any editors. I'm the owner of this. Awesome. So make sure you guys will see all of these different sections and different stuff in here. There's a couple we won't mess with. There's a couple we will, but I'm just going to run through all of these with you guys so we can make sure we have it completely set up. Now, if you guys don't see some of these, especially like booking form and redirect, it's probably because you do not have one of your event types that I told you to delete deleted, or you do not have the paid version of it or haven't paid. So sometimes they might not give that to you unless you actually pay. But make sure we have all of those. If not, you might have to contact Scheduleonce or go back and make sure you have an event pages, all of those deleted, as well, or the event types deleted, as well as you were upgraded. So now we're in here. We're just going to basically go through this. So associated calendars, I've connected this to my Gmail account. So as you see here, this is my Gmail. So I will get all of the notifications for that. Awesome. I don't need any event types for this whatsoever. So do not worry about setting up any event types. Reoccurring availability. Now this is important. Now what I want to do is, if I'm not available on Sunday, boom, we're just going to keep it blank. As of right now, I'm available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if I want to take calls before, boom, I'm going to add that all in there just like that. And I can go straight across just like that. As you see, when I hold at the bottom and just drag all the way over. Now, say I want to actually go longer than this and take calls, longer. I would recommend keeping your schedule as open as possible. We do have, some sales guys, and if you do need somebody to do your calls, you want to make sure that you have talked with one of our sales reps and they have been able to set you up with everything so they know that they're doing your calls and everything. But again, the more availability, the more chances you'll have to get calls scheduled. So what I want to do, make sure you have your time zone in here. It should be able to automatically set. Once we're done with that, 8 a.m. to 5, Monday through Friday, awesome. I want to do Saturday too, so I'm going to go all the way down, boom, and make sure that I have the same amount of time all the way, and then hit save. Boom, we're saved. Now, dates specific. Now, this is, of course, going to talk about like different times of, these are times that I had of different calls and stuff like that, but date specific, what you can do is look at your availability dates and stuff like that. This really don't need to change anything in here. Again, if you do for some reason have something that you need to remove, you can just boom, remove it, and it'll remove that time in your schedule, and then you can hit save. You don't really need to do anything if you're not doing anything. So scheduling options, leave without saving. We don't need to save that. Scheduling options. Okay, so we want to automatically let these people book. We want to let them just book a single session and a one-on-one session. So you want to make sure those are good. So the time slot settings. This would be the fixed how many, if you have it fixed every 15 minutes, so they can schedule one at 3, 3:15, 3:30, 3:45, so on and so forth. You can do that. You can have set starting time. So I have it started at, on that time, and that time, so on. So it starts on the 15th, the 30th, and the 45, and also 0. It's 15 seconds. The time slot starting between and between. You want to make sure if you're doing a 30-minute call, you have time. So you want to have at least 30 minutes space in between there. So add a buffer would be between Scheduleonce booking and a busy time on your account. Say you're traveling, So basically after every single call, we don't need that on there. We want to make sure these are all set the same. Now we want to scroll down here and we want to make sure that there's no surprise, please. So people don't schedule a call for like 10 minutes ahead. So try to at least do it. I do it for 4 hours. You can do, 2 hours, 3 hours ahead so far. And now what I like to do is don't let books drift away. Do not offer time slots more than, I would say, 4 to 5 days, 7 days at the max in the future. Now, this is so that you don't have somebody schedule a call for you, 3 weeks down the road. We want to make sure that people are watching this and they have a chance to, schedule a call and get something on their schedule. Now, I would recommend, try to do 4 to 5 days if you're not running that much traffic. But if you have a lot of people start to schedule, you want to back it up to maybe 7 days just because you want to be able to fit everybody in and fit the amount of traffic you're running. So I'm just going to go with 5 days. And then time zone conversion. So also this automatically will detect the person's time zone. So we don't have somebody scheduling a time bad. And then we want to go down and hit save. Boom. So that's saved right there. Location meeting. We don't use a location. This is going to be, on over the phone. Booking form and redirect. This is what we need to make sure we have. So on here, we can basically use the default it doesn't matter about that. Now, what I would recommend is we go into edit. Subject is provided by the customer, so this will only appear if the meeting subject is set to subject provided by customer. So basically, this is if the customer is setting the subject. We don't need, we're not going to use this at all. So basically, what we're doing is we want to make sure we have the name, the email, and the phone number. So normally the default form works perfect. If we do have to change this at all, we can just change it, add a question, and then hit save. So I've got to go back into my form. As you see, I'm using the default form. So it's going to, meeting subject will be provided, will be set by you, and this is going to be, this is important. So as you see the subject, when we were in there, that said that this would be set by the customer. We want to make sure that this is set by you so they know what this call is about. So this is going to be their, free breakthrough session or strategy session. Boom. Just something small and similar like that. We want to make sure we're using this, normal default booking page unless you want to add a question in there. But of course, we have the application page on the previous page, so we don't really need to. Now, the automatic redirect, this is what we need to turn on. We need to make sure that it turns on and it will redirect within 3 seconds. So it will load, this page will redirect in 3, 2, 1, boom. It will start to redirect and then shoot them to the thank you page. So what we need to make sure is that we go into our funnel. I'm going to leave here because I didn't change anything on this page. And I need to grab my thank you page URL because I want to make sure that they go to that page after they've scheduled a call with us. So boom, if I go into here, into the Academy, boom, and I've pasted that in here, boom. Send booking confirmation data to redirect page. We don't need that. We don't need any of this stuff. They're already going to get an email and everything that says they booked it. You'll get something sent to them, so we'll touch on that. Now we need to make sure that we've hit save once it's in there, no spaces. Boom, that's saved. Now we're going to customer notifications. So this is if, they'll automatically sent to the customer when the customer makes a booking, so this automatically should go. If you want to send a text, you do have some credits. You can send some text if you want. I've never really done it with Scheduleonce, so you don't need to. Everything else in here is good. The user notifications, this is the same thing made, this is my notifications basically. Boom, everything's good. I don't need to change anything. The cancel and redirect, you can basically have never cancel if you want, up to blank before the meeting, anytime. I use anytime. Basically, I can tell them like, hey, bookings can be, this is an automatic system text. Bookings can be canceled anytime before the meeting. I could add in here, bookings can be canceled anytime, before the meeting, but, based on the time that you cancel or multiple canceled, you might be completely, missed or completely skipped. Something like that. You don't have to. I just use the system text. Mandatory, they have to give you a reason why they canceled. Anytime, again, rescheduling, if they want to reschedule same time, they have to do it. If you change anything, make sure you hit save. Then the last thing, public content, we don't need anything like that. We don't need to make anything crazy where, boom, where they need to do anything. We don't need any of that because we're using this to actually embed this. So once we're done with this actual form, we can go into overview. It should be all said and done. Now we need to go into share and publish with this form. Make sure that if you have multiple booking forms, make sure that you have this on there. So boom, I will have that booking page. Then I want to go to website embedded. Make sure, again, I have that booking page. And then I'm just going to copy that code right there, guys. If you guys don't think that copied it by clicking the button, you may as well click this and then, copy it. Then we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the scheduling page, go back into edit, and then we are simply going to paste this little code, this little copy thing that we did up into the editor. So boom, I would delete. Whoops. I don't know why it's not letting me delete all that, but boom. And then I'll delete that. Once everything is deleted, boom, I'll paste that new thing in here, and everything will be good. And then I just need to make sure I hit save up at the top, and then you guys have properly installed your Scheduleonce booking form. Hopefully that helped out, guys. Again, I would recommend to, before you do run any traffic to it, to go through the whole process and make sure that you are getting notifications and your funnel runs smoothly. So that was setting up Scheduleonce for the MDM affiliate business.